Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. Test, test. We're sounding good. Good. So NAS and US30 ended up doing a nice drop last night. Gonna be looking for some retracements and retests on these, but we're gonna be looking for sells on NAS today. We're gonna be looking for sells on NAS and US30. We're gonna be looking for sells on GU, buys on gold, and then we're leaving GJ alone. We're leaving GJ alone because it looks like it's about to try to fill this gap up. We do have bearish momentum, but I'm personally just going to leave GJ alone today. All right, so we're going to be looking for possible GU sells. We are still technically bearish on GBPUSD, which is why we're still looking for sells, especially after we rejected. Let's get rid of this right here. Especially after let's get rid of this so we can see this a little bit better. All right, we rejected this level, so we still have bearish momentum. I would have liked to see price hold and maintain 3,400 as resistance, but if we can break below and hold 3,420 as resistance, I'm okay with looking for sales here as well. I don't really want to look for a sell here. You could see short-term sales. I know if we can hold these two levels as resistance, we have a higher likelihood of the bearish momentum coming back into play and dumping in our favor like the past few times we went for sales at these levels, right? Because we did go for sales. Actually, we didn't even go for a sell here. We went for sales on what we did. We went for sales underneath these levels for sure, though. So we got a few setups we're looking at, y'all. You already know the drill. Make sure to like the live and subscribe as you hop up in here. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. We can get to that easily. So we have US30 and NAS doing drops. They did some nice drops last night as well. We're going to be looking for continued sells. I was looking for this setup here, but it just dropped. So from this point, again, you know we don't FOMO or chase price. So we're either going to wait for price to retrace and retest 24,440 as resistance, or we're going to wait and see if we can break below and hold 24,360 as resistance. Then go for sales going down to 24,290. If y'all was in a live stream yesterday, shout out to y'all. This NAS100 setup went exactly as projected. Did very clean, pushed it upside. If y'all was in a live stream the day prior, we got this US30 setup on Wednesday's live stream. Did we take a trade live on Tuesday? I know I'm terrible with days. I know we took this trade on Monday. Did we take a trade live on Tuesday? Let me find out really quick. Yeah, we did. We took a gold buy on Tuesday. If he was on live stream on Tuesday, he could have caught these gold buy setups right here. So the win streak, we're on a 4-week win streak. Obviously, there still is today to go. I don't give a fuck. Winning basically 4 weeks in a row is an accomplishment and good in itself, right? So we're gonna see how Friday plays out. Again, this would have been a nice setup here, but as you can see, price just decided to keep on tanking. So what are we gonna do about that, right? We're just gonna wait for price to see what this next 15 looks like. We're gonna see if we're gonna hold the level as resistance or if we're gonna see a retracement. All right, y'all. Those just join the stream. We have not into this trade yet. It's just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Let's get this off the screen. What's going on, Fraser? I see you up in here. I didn't know you'd be live today. Thanks for yesterday's trade on NAS100. Hey, yeah, we go live Monday through Friday on here. We go live every single day on YouTube. All right, so make sure to be in the free signal room to your Telegram. That way you're notified every time I go live. But we go live Monday through Friday. Monday section on here. So we're looking to see if we're going to hold this level as resistance right here. That's what we're looking for right now. Yeah, it's just a lot of volume right now with this reversal. Just a lot of volume right now. We're looking to see who can hold this lower right here. I really watch and see who's going to hold this low because, again, it's been dropping all night. And we just did this big drop right here. So I'm just looking to see who's going to maintain as well as resistance. Again, I'm in no rush to take setups. We're on a win streak right now. I'm in no rush to take a setup. You should never be in a rush to take setups either. I do got to add some more levels on US30 though, because I wasn't expecting us to reverse back down here, especially after what took place yesterday and Wednesday. But we're right back at the bearish momentum. So we're going to be looking for sales. And if y'all watch the Sunday chart analysis, I literally said we could look for sales below these levels and buys above these levels. And that's exactly what NAS and US30 did. Gold also went as projected this week. GJPY is kind of in reversal territory. But make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis, even though it is Friday, just so y'all can see what price was looking like Sunday night before all the markets open and all that good stuff. See what my projections analysis was, and then compare it to what price actually did throughout the week. I want to see if we can hold this level right here. Very important. We can hold this level. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out if you have not already. But I dropped that link in the chat right now. Yeah, so again, if we can maintain 24,350 as resistance, 360 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 24,290. There's a few sets we're looking at, but as you can see, a lot of these charts we're in like reversal territory. US30 and NAS included. We are looking for sales on US30 and NAS. We are kind of in reversal territory still. And again, you just see the volume's just been flying in. Not really seeing retest. Speaking of flying, gold's been just pumping too. Let's see if we want to see the retracement to there, man. What the heck happened to my music? Let me fast forward. I don't know what the heck happened. Again, look at how gold's reacting to this level right here. You see how it blew through and is pushing back up. So if gold can maintain 43.26 support, we can look for value committed to all-time highs. I'd much rather see it retrace a little bit more though, simply because it's been flying all week. So if it can retrace and retest 42.68 as support, we can look for buys there as well. And then with GU, we're going to be looking to see if we can break below and hold 34.25 as resistance. If so, we can look for sales going down to 3,400. So it's a little bit of a patience game. There's just a lot of volume coming in right now, which is very interesting. As we can see, prices breaking through levels. So let's see how G reacts right here. Let me know in the chat who made some money this week, whether it was from the live stream, live trades, the Sunday chart analysis, or of course, if you're a member and student from the signals or New York price watches. Let me know in the chat y'all made some bread today or this week. So we're going to be looking for a retest here going into this next 15. And the volume, we got some volumes, very interesting. Like I said, we're still technically bearish on G. We just had a reversal take place yesterday and on Wednesday. But this goes back to what we was talking about when we took the setup on Monday, and even when we took the sell setups last week, how we was talking about how we needed to hold 33.40 as resistance, and how the past few times we went for sells, we rejected that level. Then we broke through that level last week, as you can see, inch off the retest Monday and Tuesday, but then we reversed on Wednesday, failing to maintain this level as resistance. So we are in reversal territory. We are still technically bearish though, but we needed to have held this level as resistance for a new lower low, or for price to continue to drop like it did like right here. So we're going to see how price reacts right here. Now, we do not have any news today. The government still shut down and all this other stuff. So there's no high impact news today. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. All right, this is why we enter next to all these levels. Look how price is reacting to this level right here. Same way gold reacted to this level right here. And the same way NAS is reacting to these levels right here. So we're about to see what this next 5 minute looks like. Again, while I wait for the retest. So again, we're either going to see price hold this level as resistance or come back up. We're going to see which one price is. I prefer to retrace back up, especially because it's already a big ass drop. And this was all Tokyo session. This reversed back to the downside. And like I always hear me say, like when we have big moves happen, and we already see like a daily candlestick move, and especially only been London session or Tokyo session, not even London or New York session, we're either going to see a normally large candlestick come into play, or like most of the times we're going to see a retracement or consolidation. So I'm not against price retracing right now at all, to be honest. I don't want it to break past this level, because this will break my sell setup. If it comes back into no man's land, then I'm not going to take a setup. but I'm definitely not against it retracing and trying to retest this low as resistance. We could even look for sales here, but I'd much rather look for a sell here if we're being real. But we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. So we're going to be paying attention to NAS100 and GU right now. Let's see what we got. My first time in the live stream and one with you guys yesterday. I'm so grateful. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, so we're on a 4-week win streak right now. And you can see this as well if you just click the first link in the description, join free signal for Telegram. We took a trade live every single day of this week so far. Same thing with last week. Last week we went 7-0. The week before that we went 5-0. We're 5-0 this week. And then the week before that we went 4-0. So we're on a 4-week win streak right now. As far as how we ended quarter 3 and last month, well, before we get to that, well, I'll show you in a second. Let's just take our time with it, right? So if you go to October 1st, you can see how we ended last month. Last month we went 16-3, right? So I'm not going to act like we don't lose trades. I don't want people to get that impression, but I'm still not going to. I'm not going to lie either and act like we're not on a win streak. But I don't want people to think that me saying we're on a 4-week win streak or had a 100% win rate last week, that means we don't lose trades, because losses happen. On average, we lose 2 to 4 losses a month. But because there's been a lot of good volume, and again, we only go for A+ setups, we've been on a win streak right now. But I'm never going to act like we don't lose. So I don't want nobody to be over here like, oh, you say you don't lose. No, I'm just saying we haven't lost in 4 weeks. You get what I'm saying? But then if you go to October 3rd, you'll see how we ended quarter 3. Quarter 3, we had an 89% win rate. July, we went 17-2, caught 72,000 pips. August, 23-2, caught 81,000 pips. And then last month, we went 16-3, catching 160,127 pips. So again, you can see we averaged 2 to 4 losses a month. And in quarter 3, 56-7, it was an 89% win rate, catching a total of 270,214 pips. Again, go to October 3rd, you can see this. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of quarter 1, which would be July. Quarter 3, which will be July. You scroll up, you can see how we did June, the month prior. We scroll down to July 2nd, you can see how we ended quarter 2. We had a 90% win rate quarter 2, 52-6. So we had an 89% win rate quarter 3, a 90% win rate quarter 2, and then a 90% win rate quarter 1. Just picking up where we left off, because even if we go back to how we ended quarter 4 last year, we had a 91% win rate. So then we would literally average an 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. And everything's data time to document it. You can check all this stuff out yourselves. We've been doing this since 2022. You go to where it says subscribers, you go to photos. There's over 1,900 photos, over 3 years worth of receipts. You can see screenshots, positions, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff. And shout out to one of the members, y'all. We got some people that have been passing phases. But we also got a member that just got a 3K payout the other day. I don't think I posted that in here. I got the screenshot on my phone, though. I don't think I posted it in here. Oh, yeah. So we had one pass a 70K account last week. Whoops. We had students making 1K, 500 days. But we had a student that just got like a 3K payout. I didn't post that in here. I posted it on my story, though. So if you go to my Instagram, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of your screen, Instagram and TikTok. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all can see that I posted it on my Instagram and TikTok story last night. The new 15 just popped up, so let's see if we can hold this low. That's a nice rejection there. Kind of liking how this is looking. Let me see. Yeah, so again, if you're gonna hold 24,360 as a resistance, we could look for sales going down to 24,290. I'm just really trying to see if it's gonna hold this low, because again, it did this big drop London session open, so it can easily try to retest that level. But if it can hold this level as a resistance, I'm not against going for a sell here. I just much rather I went for a sell here. So that's why I'm really just watching it. We can see it's holding it as a resistance, so I'm not totally against. this sell setup if we can hold this level here. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. What platform do I trade on? So I trade prop firm accounts as well as personal accounts. I'm going to type them on the screen in a second. Again, if you're brand new to trading, don't even worry about trading with the account. If you do, though, I recommend open up a demo account. But give me 1 second. Yeah, this is a nice move right here. Again, that was a nice retest, but again, it's just so much volume. Like, look how quick it drops. Like, I could even type a signal if I wanted to that quick. That's another downside. That's why, like, if it was in yesterday's live stream or Wednesday, that's why I was like quiet for like 5 minutes at the beginning of the live, because I had to type not just the forex signal, but also the future signal and stuff like that, right? Like sometimes people be like, "Oh, that trade, you didn't really take that trade because it says edited, so you like made that stuff up." But what you have to understand, and let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. What you have to understand, and if you're a member student, you already know. Like I'll send the signal out, my entry at sell, and then I'll type the TPs later because, as we all know, the markers aren't going to be like, "Oh, Wade's trying to give people a signal. Let's pull our chair out and let them type up the signal in the TPs." No, right? And now I have to type futures and indices signals because the prices are different. I'm getting a lot more futures members as well. So I had to type 2 signals. And again, price was moving. If y'all saw the NAS100 yesterday, US30, So I was like, I can't do that. Sometimes I have them already pre-typed, but a lot of the stuff's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm looking for, but I also got to make sure the members and students can know what to look out for as well and things like that. But yeah, we got gold doing a nice push here as well. So there are a few setups I do see playing out, but again, I'm just picky with my setups. Even if I see a move potentially happening, there's plenty of times where I'll ignore it. I might add some more levels to US30 because it did just hit this next zone right here. But again, we could see US30. So we're either going to see another abnormally large candlestick, or we're going to see some retracements and consolidation take place going into New York session, right? Because for those that don't know, damn, look at that. Just did the move that quick. I was talking for like 2 minutes, and it did that move that quick. I'm saying it's just like a lot of volume out of nowhere. Yeah, I did that move literally in 2 minutes. That's crazy work. 4 minutes, maybe. That's crazy work. Shout out to those that got into that, though. But what was I about to talk about? Yeah, so let's use yesterday as an example. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Make sure to like the live, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But like if we look at NAS100 yesterday, right? We entered this trade London session. What happened in New York Open? The rejection, right? So a lot of times if a move happens in London session, New York session either going to continue that momentum, or because again, even on the smaller time frames, if we see price fly up, people are going to assume buys. So this is why a lot of times people fall for fake outs and liquidity, because sometimes you're going to miss the move if there's already a move that took place in London session, right? But fortunately for those that are trading in New York, you can still got the setup, but that doesn't happen all the time, right? It doesn't happen all the time. Like you can see right here, it did a quick move and reversed, right? So it did a nice move London session, did a reversal, 9:30 open. I promise you, people probably went for sells here, especially because we saw a price hold as low as resistance. But why did we talk about buys on NAS100 and go for a buy setup on Wednesday on US30? I dropped the trade breakdown yesterday for US30, so I'm not going to answer that question. Watch the trade breakdown from yesterday, right? But we saw the same thing yesterday on Wednesday. We took this buy on this session, 8 a.m. We had price reject, 9 a.m. we had rejection. So what do you think people are going to be looking for going into New York session? Sell. So why did price break that low and push to the upside? Because we have bullish momentum, right? Same thing right here. 9:30 price rejected. I promise you, people went for sales here, especially after price held as low as resistance. But why did it push to the upside? Because we have bullish momentum, right? So again, just like we saw with NAS100 yesterday, we waited for it. If y'all didn't watch the live stream yesterday, make sure you watch the live stream yesterday. Y'all saw I was like, we ain't gonna FOMO. We're gonna wait for the retracement. And what happened after the retracement? We got the best entry, and we made some money. Just like with NAS100 today. I said it dropped. We're not gonna FOMO. We're either gonna wait for price to retrace or look for entry here. Y'all took the setup here, you would have made some money. You see what I'm saying? So it's just very simple. Just don't overreact, trust your analysis, and just continue to go with the flow of price. All right, same thing with gold, right? So there are a few setups, but again, I'm picky with the setups I take. I see a lot of opportunities play out every day, but the same thing with you don't have to go for every setup. So we're gonna see if GU can break this level right here. We got a new 5-minute, better pop up in a little bit. Again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop in the chat. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. So I'm gonna drop this on. But again, I'm not really going to trade GJ because there's no reversal territory. If we're going to fill that gap up, we're going to just let it fill this gap up and then see what price looks like going into next week. We did catch a nice wave to the upside last week. And then after Wednesday, Thursday, Friday had a reversal. And then price struggled to hold those levels yesterday and this week. So we have price pushing back to the downside, which is completely fine. Is the live delayed? No, the live is not delayed. I have 0 delay on the live stream. If it's a delay, it's like 3 seconds, but it's not a delay on the live stream. But again, so as far as the brokers I use, again, if you're brand new to trading, I do not recommend opening up a live account because, like I always talk about, when it comes to trading, it's no different from any other skill. You're going to make mistakes. The only difference when it comes to trading is those mistakes will cost you literally. So instead of trying to learn how to ride a bike without training wheels, and you bust your ass and scrape your knee, with trading, you make a mistake, you're going to blow your account and throw money away, right? So if you know you're going to make mistakes, why throw your money away? So these are the 2 brokers I use for futures and Forex. And I also trade prop firm accounts as well. I just got a new account as well last week. Man, they made me wait a cool minute for the I forgot how they worded it. They're like, we gotta I forgot what they said. Let me go to the email. They said some bullshit. Basically, they made me wait like 4 business days before I could trade on that account. Because they're like, oh, we gotta wait 2 days to make sure that you didn't violate any rules. Then after those 2 days, and I was like, okay, now you gotta wait 2 days or 48 hours, I should say, for your master account details and all this other shit. So I had to wait like 4 days, and I feel like they do that to mess with people psychologically as well, because it's like, damn, I finally just passed an account, but now I gotta wait to trade. And as soon as you wait and you're finally able to trade again, I guess most people are gonna be like, yeah, now I'm ready to just jump into some shit and then blow their account that same week. But we're in profit. We're up 5% right now, which is not bad. And I've been very aggressive on the account. I'll probably show some of the behind the scenes statistics on my story. I'll make a post talking about it. We'll see. Move this out the way so you can see what we're doing. All right, like look at this, like it's just crazy. So we're right back. Like scalpers are having a field day on NAS100 right now. I can already know because it's just doing the move like 3 different times. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. Also, just dropped the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana analysis update for y'all as well. Crypto's on sale, stocks are on sale also. So make sure to, again, I'm not saying throw all your money in it, but definitely you want to buy when things are on sale. All right, do not be like these other people where when things are on sale, they're like, oh, you guys got rug pulled, or oh, the government this, the government that. But then as soon as it goes back into all-time high territory, back in the bullish momentum, and then people be like, the same people in the comments be like, oh, is it too late to buy? What's a good price to buy at? Again, it makes no sense to want to buy things after it already did a move, but not buy things when it's on sale. Right? And Bitcoin's still retracing. So I told y'all the prices to pay attention to. I'm going to have an altcoin analysis update for y'all this weekend. And I got some stocks for y'all to pay attention to next week as well. Look at this. Let's see if it does the same move again. We got a new 15 about to pop up. It'd be hilarious if it does the same move again. Yeah, but these live streams are not delayed. You go to NAS100 right now, you're going to see it's doing exactly what it's doing right now. Like I said, it's just like a 3-second delay, but it's not like a minute, 5 minute, nothing like that. Just real time. Look at that. Going to the all-time highs here. All right, new 15 just popped up. You see NAS is going to do the same move for the third time. It's kind of like what NAS did last time we went for sales on Tuesday, right? Like it did the move like 3 times, twice on live, third time right before New York session, right? And then same thing here, right? We had this big drop happen on this session. We had a retracement, 8 a.m., 8:30, broke this level, did not hold, shot back up 9 a.m., 9:15, then 9:30 price just shot down to the level, right? So that's how a lot of people be getting fucked up in the New York session, especially if you're not going with the flow of price and it already did a big move prior to New York session. So it's about to repeat the same move again. This is the only setup right now. I'm not fully against this setup, but it's not an A+ one. It's like a B setup, like a B plus, B minus setup. It's still valid though, but just the only setup. GU ended up rejecting this level too, so it's gonna be interesting Friday. We had a lot of big pushes happen, but we also had some reversals and retracements happen yesterday and last night. And then on the future side and the indices side, we had some big moves happen last night in general. It's gonna be interesting to see what New York session has and the rest of London session. But GU rejected the level, so again, I'm not really looking for sales. That's it breaks down below these two levels. We could took that goal, so we're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. New 5-minute about to pop up. Yeah, it's rejecting this level again. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. I post a lot of good information the past few days. Got some more posts on there for y'all today as well. What are the two best pairs to trade for beginners? I'm glad you asked that question because I actually made a video going over that. So let me drop it in the chat. I'll go over futures and indices and forex as well. So definitely this weekend after the live, y'all explore the playlist. I have multiple playlists. I have 100 plus videos in the trade breakdowns playlist. Those are back-to-back various buy and sell setups the Muni members and students took. I break down from start to finish. Then I got another playlist over 100 plus videos. I have new trading tips where I go market structure, trading psychology, trading plans, all that good stuff. But I always recommend having three you look at, because if you have three pairs you're looking at, there's always going to, if you look at one pair, there's always going to be a time when it's not a setup, there's low volume. But if you're looking at least three pairs, it's bound to be at least one of those three that has a clean setup you're looking for, and things like that. So it looks like price, again, if it doesn't hold as low as resistance, it's going to come back up here and retest this one. That's what it looks like it might try to do. But we'll see what this does. All right, but are you on the forex side or are you on the future side? That's another question. Another nice rejection. New 5 minute just popped up. Brother, which one would you want to recommend? Are you talking for like stocks? I haven't used Weeple in a minute, so I can't really. Are you talking for investing or trading? Are you talking about long term investing? I haven't used Weeple in a minute. I take Robinhood. But also Kraken. I also recommend Kraken. People sleep on Kraken. Kraken, you can invest stocks and crypto on there. It's also protected as well. Low fees, all that good stuff. But are you talking about just like long term investing, or are you talking about trading? That's a nice rejection again. Trading, I wouldn't trade on that. I don't trade on that. So someone asked me earlier about the brokers. These are the brokers I use. And again, if you're brand new to trading, if you're going to open up a broker, I highly recommend it be a demo account. Okay, I'm trying to stop y'all from making a mistake I make and everybody else makes. I know I typed it somewhere. I'm trying to not type it. Which one of these I put it on? Here it is. All right, futures, TraderBait, Forex, Tasty FX, and also trade profit from accounts as well. These are the two brokers I use. They're beginner friendly. I have no issues depositing or getting withdrawals. Customer support is always responding in a timely manner. All that good stuff. Where's that video? Maybe this is the prop firm I use. We got a new hour and 15 about to pop up, y'all. So again, we're gonna looking for GU cells. If we can break below and hold 3420 as resistance, we're gonna be looking for cells going to 3400. What time frame do I enter a trade? I could answer that, but again, that's skipping steps because you know what time frame enter the trade. But do you have a strategy? Do you understand how to read the charts? Right. That's where a lot of people. I was just talking to a student about that the other day. That's where a lot of people struggle at, right? Because a lot of people, what do? They look up a broker, they look up a trading strategy, but they don't learn how to read the charts and everything else before and after and in between. Right. It's a process when it comes down to trading. Right. So if you want to see the whole process, I recommend watching my trade breakdowns on YouTube. I break it down the whole process because again, that's just one piece to the puzzle. Right. It's not just you find a time frame to enter off of or you find a strategy. You still have to understand how to read the charts. That's why you can have the best strategy in the world or the best indicator. But if you don't understand how to read the charts or what's happening with the charts, you're still going to be confused, especially when those indicators or these patterns and candlesticks don't play out. And I actually got a perfect example of that shit, man. I got so many videos lined up I got to do this weekend and shit because I just been seeing so much just bullshit on my For You page, y'all. But we're cleaning up the trading space day by day. We're cleaning up the trading space day by day. Let me find these screenshots, man. That shit is just ridiculous, man. Let me show you some shit. Let me see if I can find it. Right? Like y'all always hear me say, wait for the break and retest. And we always do what? Wait for the break and retest. Yesterday we did the break and retest live. US30 on Wednesday we did the break and retest live. Right? Gold. We did a retest, right? We always do break and retest, right? Monday, we took a trade live on Monday as well. What did we do? We did the break and retest, right? So I'm just going to put this right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a better example. Let me find a better example. Here's a good example. This right here. Yeah, this is a perfect example right here. I always tell y'all, when y'all be seeing these people pull up their charts on Instagram and TikTok, they be on the small ass time frames and they be breakout trading. I tell y'all this all the time. I got a video I'm gonna be breaking down this shit. And this is no shade to the I don't want to call him a creator, the TikTok person's page. I don't know the person. I'm not attacking the person. I'm just breaking down why I be saying what the fuck I be saying. Right? So this dude, again, with this FEG elemental PQRS TUV bullshit, I tell y'all this is exactly why you want to wait for the break and retest. You went for the breakout trade. Look what happened. He got wicked out. just for what? Price to do a break and retest at his same entry point and then do the move. This is why I keep telling y'all to stop breakout trading and wait for the break and retest. But it gets worse. Then I opened up the comments. These motherfuckers talking about, I don't even know what a CI. I don't even want to Google that shit. I don't even give a fuck. He said, why did you not wait for the CISD? Someone said, because there's two of them. And then someone said, you have to wait for it to close above the wick. Well, he's kind of true about this part. And this dude said, is this true? And then this is another thing proving my point. This dude said he got cooked 2 times before the move did what it was looking for. This is why I keep telling y'all to patiently wait. What I always say, we're patiently waiting for our volume to come in and our confirmations to be met. Literally, if he would have just waited extra 5 minutes for that candlestick to close. No, he's on the 1 minute chart. That's even worse. All he had to do was wait 1 minute or 30 seconds. That's even worse. All he had to do was wait 30 seconds for that candlestick to close. And he would have saw that it was not going to hold that level as support. Because again, what needs to happen for price to push up? It has to hold a level as support, right? What needs to happen for price to push down? It needs to hold a level as resistance, right? Resistance push down, support push up, right? Resistance push down, right? So why am I going to go for a buy off of a resistance level versus wait for a price to go onto support level, hold a level as support, and go for a buy again? You'll never see me take buys off resistance levels, sells off support levels. You want to, again, go with the flow of price and use all the momentum to your advantage, right? There's another example. Imagine if I would have broke out traded here or here versus here, the break and retest, right? Just like we see right here. What would have happened if we would have broke out traded here or here? We would have got wicked out just for the break and retest to play out, then do the move we're looking for. So again, this is why I be waiting. And sometimes people are like, oh, why not jump in now? Jump in. I'm like, no, I'm waiting for the retest, right? Just like right here. Look, this is doing the same move again for the fourth fucking time, which is hilarious. But again, this is why you want to wait, not breakout trade, but you want to wait for the break and retest. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Refresh my screen. Right, but I got a lot of videos breaking down a lot of stuff that's going to be dropping next week and maybe on the weekend as well. Right, but again, that's why I always say, wait for the break and retest. And that's doing the same move again. Did a nice drop right there. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect it to move that quick because I did have the signal typed up that time, but I went into teacher mode for like 5 minutes and that thing took off. It's all good. We're gonna wait and see if GU can break this level right here. Shout out to those that got into it, but again, like that thing is the same move 3 times in a row, which is hilarious. Off the same level, which is again why we can't exit off these levels, right? And you see why price is rejecting this level here, because again, for price to go down, it has to break a support level and or turn it into resistance. If price doesn't break a support level, it's going to do what's going to push up. See what I'm saying? So that's why you don't want to breakout trade and wait for the break and retest. Right, just like our price broke, rejected. You see here, price broke and held as resistance, did it drop to the downside. Price retraced, held as resistance, did it drop to the downside. But yeah, we're gonna let the chart do the thing again. There is no news today as far as setups we're looking at. GU, US30 and NAS, they've done some nasty moves already. So unless we see some retracements like we talked about earlier, probably gonna leave them alone for the day. Because I'm already really taking setups after big moves already happened. I'd rather wait for a retracement than ride the wave or just look at another chart. But as far as what I'm looking at for today, it's gonna be gold. We're gonna look and see if gold can maintain and hold this level right here at 43.26, 43.28 is support. So we can look for buys to make it to the all-time highs. Or if it retraces, it can maintain 42.70 as support. We can look for buys going up. Then we're going to look for GU sales. GU just hit this level again. So we're going to look and see if it not just breaks this level. Right? There's another euro. We're going to wait for break and retest. See how price broke this level, retest, and did a drop. Price broke this level, rejected, broke this level, rejected, broke this level, rejected. Would have been a bunch of times our who have been victims to what you call it, fake outs and liquidity sweeps. So we're going to be looking to see if we can break below and hold 34.20 as resistance. If so, we could look for sales going down to 3400. So that's what we're going to be looking for right now. GJ, like I said, I'm leaving GJ alone. It's in reversal territory, so I'm not even going to bother with it unless it pushes back up. But again, Nas did the same move like 3 different times right here. So we're going to position golden G right here. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Shout out to those that like the live. Make sure to subscribe as well, y'all. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. We get to that easily. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over, as well as the playlist. All playlists are up to date. As well as make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal Room, free Telegram. So let's see if we can hold this level right here. Use the stop loss. I don't think it's got to be that wide. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it here. It's a decent stop loss. I'm going to wait. I don't hear no music. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I'm going to look at the course today, but does finding and setting levels take long? Once you get it down, no, but even if it took long, that shouldn't matter because y'all see it works. So even if it takes 10 minutes, 30 minutes to mark off your levels, if it takes that long for you to know and prepare for the next rejection or push to the upside or downside, I think that's worth it, right? So trading is not a rush. You should never be in a rush for anything. All right, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But once you get it down, it doesn't take long. But that shouldn't be a concern if it takes long or not, because again, rushing is how people fuck up. People try to make a lot of money, so what do? They over leverage. But if it hits stop loss or their drawdown, they lose a lot more money, right? People try to rush to press profit accounts. You see on the internet all day. People talk, you shouldn't take your time on evals. You should just full port it. But if you rush, you make a mistake. And instead of taking your time and passing in 2 weeks, you end up buying a bunch of challenges because you keep blowing the challenge every day, right? There's no rush when it comes to trading. Let's see, go rejected that level again. Looks like it's about to try to do the move again. Let's see if you can hold this level as resistance right here. For this retest. Like the setup right here. So again, if we can hold 3420 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales going into 3400. The US30 NAS might try to keep pushing. Let's see if we can hold this low as resistance right here. See, hold this level right here. Waiting for the retest. Gold did a nice move. Looks like Nat's about to try to push back down. So there has been a few setups And all that NAS setup, that last push, after did that retest, I missed it. And gold's doing as the move was looking for as well. COG you can hold as low as resistance. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. I was muted. I was talking to myself. I was like, look at the retest rejection again. That's what I was looking for right there. We broke, retesting, holding as low as resistance. I like that right there. NAS and gold are pushing as well. So if anyone got into those, y'all should be up right now. The end of summer sale is still popping and on, y'all. Make sure to take advantage of that. All right, let me go ahead and pull it up really quick. Use discount code locked in for 25% off Advanced Play Student 101 session. Use discount code Playbook for 40% off Playmaker University. So I like this rejection right here. I'm looking to see who's going to hold this level. Just really looking to see right here. Yeah, we're just going to need some volume to push back down. Like I said, we're still technically bearish though. And that's still react to this level. So This is why I always mark off my levels, always enter to exit off these levels, because again, look what price did multiple times. It's just playing this level right here. All right, same thing with gold. Yeah, I like this juice. So again, if G can hold 34.20 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales coming down to 3,400. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since y'all joined. And make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal free Telegram. If you're interested in how to identify these levels, my Signal service, our mentorship programs, make sure to hit those first links in the description. Again, the links say all the details. You watch any of the last 3.5 minutes of any of my YouTube videos, I'll go over all the details of that as well. But if you want to contact me directly, you can DM me Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok, or respond to all messages. Like I always talk about, do not waste the weekend. I'm not saying staying at home all day, all week, or all weekend, I should say. You definitely want to review your trade, review your winners and losers, understand why the winners were winners, understand why the losers were losers, see what was working, what was not working, see what you can improve on, so you can get ready and prepare for another week. All right, y'all. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Another one might be dropping today. You have your notice on to be on the lookout for that, but definitely got some new posts lined up for y'all on Instagram and TikTok. All right, enjoy y'all's weekend.